What's up, gamers? And today we're talking about, obviously, the Prydwen GG tier list, guys, because Pure Fiction tier list has been released, Apocalyptic Shadow tier list has been released, Rappa has been added to the game, and I want to talk about where Sunday and Miss FUGUE, Master Uguay is going to go, because I think that they both hold very different positions on this tier list, and you might flame me for that. So, let's go ahead now and talk about what changes have they made with this tier list. Alright, so first, I think we should start off here on the DPS side first, starting off with Acheron, going up to tier 0. Yeah, I agree with this. Acheron absolutely took the Smackington off the pendulum in this whole thing, this whole Pure Fiction. I'll show you right here. This was my current lineup for what I beat Pure Fiction 4 with, was actually a Dot Charon team, so I actually do think Dot should move up as well, because there is a Dot buff up right now, so I think Dots have become a lot better. I don't know what that ranking looks like for them yet, but Acheron absolutely snaps off. Because doing ultimates actually gives immediate Dot procs, and with the amount of times you're able to ult with Acheron, very, very self-sufficient, very, very nice. Absolutely love it. And it also got 40,000 points, so I absolutely agree with this. Now, Miss Yoon Lee here, I don't know. I don't have her on my account, so I really can't speak for her. I mean, she is good for Pure Fiction, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of enemies, and also the enemies attack you or get their action advanced whenever you attack them. So, I mean, the enemies are attacking you, I guess, more frequently. So I guess I can agree with this as well, just because of how this whole Pure Fiction buff works. Now, Herta. So I mean, like, I don't know if I necessarily agree with her being in tier 0. I think she should be down here in tier 0.5, right alongside with Himiko, because Himiko, for me, barely scored 30,000 points on a Break Miko team, so that means I used a full Break team revolving around Himiko for side 2 here, as you can see for my first team, which was Himiko, Lingshaw, Ruan Mei, and Harmony Trailblazer. I actually used her on a full crit build here. I was able to get over the 30,000 point margin by 900 points, which is really quick, guys. I actually did score 32,000 points, as you see on the screen now, using the Crit Miko team. I don't know necessarily, with there being no Ice Weak enemies here, I don't know necessarily how good Herta would actually work here. And if I can barely score 30,000 points here with every enemy having almost a fire weakness here, I don't know if I necessarily agree with her being up here. I think she should be on this level. I think that Argenti is about on the same level as Blade, Miss Clara here in this. I don't necessarily think that he's any better than Clara, because Clara also does play off the hits that you're doing on the enemy, and he's really relying on you getting that ult back up, and there's not really anything like any buffs right now in this current Pure Fiction that's like helping you out, I guess, with doing ultimate moves, unless you're proccing off debuffs or dots on the enemy. So all in all, I don't know if I necessarily agree with him being up in that tier. Maybe you can run Break Genty. I just don't see that as viable as running one of these other characters up here. We also need to put our line of contingencies here as well to show what really works and what doesn't work. Anything below this line of contingency here really doesn't work that effectively in this. Now, you might be able to make an argument for these people right below the line, but anyone below this, like, tier right here, tier 1.5, really doesn't work well for Pure Fiction, okay? So I just want to put that out there before we get any further into this. So let's go ahead and go on the list here. Miss Fei Zhao getting moved up. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Fei Zhao is pretty decent for this. I don't think she works as well this Pure Fiction as she did last Pure Fiction. Zila getting moved down. Yeah, absolutely trash that dumb stinky bitch. Move her down, bro. Fuck Zila, bro. She's never getting a buff. She's never getting get indirect buffs like my main man, Jing Yuan here. Sunday mains rise up. Jing Yuan mains rise up. Alright, gamers. Now let's go ahead and hop over here into the specialist category. So for the specialist category, Rappa being up here at the top, I can agree with that. At first, I didn't know if I necessarily agreed with that, but she does work for side 1 pretty well, especially since all the enemies are imaginary and weak. I do find her being a bit slow toward the beginning of it versus the end of it. I do think if you were to run her on a dual DPS team with Himiko, I think Himiko could shoot up here. I think it would help out a lot with those situations. I think for the initial 2 stages of side 1 of Pure Fiction for Himiko, I think Himiko snaps a lot better there just because of all the enemies she's hitting every single time she does a follow-up attack, and you can get those follow-up attacks off very consistently versus her where you have to wait for her turn every single time you want to do like your attack, right? With Himiko, you can do all of her follow-up attacks off turn, so if you're getting weakness break instances off, I do think that she works really well on a dual DPS team with someone like her, but I do agree with her being up in Apex tier. I don't know if I necessarily agree with Jade being up here. I think her value does falter a lot, that there's no quantum weakness there. I think that this MOC is very dependent on breaking the enemy shield, considering what the buffs are. I'd be moving her down here. I think that that's absolutely washed to think that she's not. I think that she is on the same tier as the, honestly, honestly, I'd probably be moving these two dot characters up here because I think they're on the same level as Acheron. Being that this is a dot pure fiction, I think that they should deserve to be up in tier 0 for this particular one, because even without running Acheron, I think these two characters on their own could absolutely smash this pure fiction. I think that with Acheron, they're also up here as well. I think that they absolutely smash it because this is a specialist category, right? This is not DPS category. If they were in DPS category, I'd probably be having them in the same tier, but with this particular pure fiction, this being a specialist category, they're not ranked the same way as DPS are ranked. I'd be moving them up here in this category. I'd be moving Jade down. As far as Firefly goes, yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with Firefly being down there. As for these two guys right here, yeah, I mean, I can agree with these two guys being put down here as well. I don't really see much value that they bring to the table. Now let's move over to the sustain category, because I do have one gripe with this. I think she should move down. I don't think that she's very effective in pure fiction. I mean, she gives you a crit rate buff, and then she can attack all enemies with quantum. No enemies are really quantum weak, so you can't really break enemy shield off that, and that's how she'd be doing the majority of damage, is breaking enemy shield with quantum weakness. So I just think that she moves down. I don't think the crit rate needed as much in pure fiction, because we have all these sets in the game right now that really work off of how many enemies are on the field and give us free crit rate, so I feel like that kind of eliminates some of her value. So I'd be moving her down with Locha here. I really don't think that she's on the same level here. As for the rest of them, I mean, I can agree with this tier being here, this tier being here. Ling Shot a little bit better in terms of like hitting AoE attacks for every single attack, so that makes her inherently better. She attacks every single enemy on the field, which is just super good with the sauce. Let's move over to the support tier now, because yo, actually I agree with this, bro. Hey, if we move this bitch down over, she's washed. She's washed. Honestly, move her down here. No, I'm not gonna move her down here. I actually think this is the first time I've ever agreed with Prydwyn on their placing for Bronya. Move this bitch down. I have some major problems with the Apocalyptic Shadow placement. We'll talk about that in a second here, but yo, move her down. She is washed, okay? Thank you, Prydwyn, for listening to everyone. Please move her down. Now, as far as everyone else here goes, I don't think Pela is as effective this pure fiction. I'll probably be moving Pela down here as well. I do think Pela is overall good in other game modes, but like I said before, I think you need to be playing off the current buffs that it provides you. I think you need to be playing off the current typings that the enemies have in the current pure fiction for her to pop off. There's no ice weakness, that means you're doing no toughness damage. The defense shred is nice, but you're killing enemies so fast that the defense shred really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, since you're killing enemies so fast, and if she's not able to break enemy weakness with it, I just don't think that she has as much value in this pure fiction right now. So for that, I'd be moving her down. I think Ting Yun's fine up here. She provides energy for the team. She provides attack buff for the team. She's SP efficient. I mean, I think that she's all around pretty good. I think getting ultimate back up for a plethora of characters is really good. I'll give her that. I think she deserves to take tier 1 just because Ting Yun usually works. I think Pela Acheron could work, maybe, right? But overall, I do think it's better to have like the weakness typing on there versus not having it, right? Like, I think she can battery up her okay, but I don't know. I just think that she's on the fringe line here. I think that you use her as a last resort option. That's what I consider this fringe line, is like, you use this as a last resort if you don't have anything else over here to use with pure fiction. So I think I would be putting her down here. Now, as far as these other characters go, Jiao Cho is obviously the match made in heaven here for Acheron, right? Like, this is the main match you would be wanting to use with your Acheron. I actually do agree with him being moved up. There's so much fire weakness in the game right now. He doesn't only work on Acheron teams. You can also run him on a break team as well, and it works pretty well. So Harmony, MC, Jiao Cho, and then whoever your breaker is going to be, I think that team works. Or if you want to run like Ruan Mei, Jiao Cho, Harmony, MC, and then your breaker as well, I think that can also work. A full sustainless comp that could also work for something like pure fiction too, because you're able to break the enemies so effectively that they don't really have a chance to attack. Having Ruan Mei there to put that debuff on the enemy so they can't go again is really nice. So I absolutely agree with that. Yo, thank you guys. Yo, Prydwyn might be cooking, guys. I'm not gonna lie, Prydwyn might be cooking with this one because they moved her back up. I thought last pure fiction she was still good for this. I don't know why the fuck they moved her down last pure fiction. I thought she was still really good there for the last pure fiction. So yes, I see her being moved up. I think I'm fine with that. Genuinely though, guys, this is gonna be a hot take. You fucking Sparkle fans are gonna hate me for this. Man, I don't know. I don't think she's up here. I think she's down here. I think she's on the same level as Ting Yun. Like, realistically, you're using her maybe with Yun Li. Who else are you really using Sparkle with? You can fight me in the comment section down below on this. I really don't know who else you're using Sparkle with, like, in terms of DPS. Like, your dot team, you're not using Sparkle. Break team, you're not using Sparkle. Maybe with this, you're using Sparkle. Maybe you could use Sparkle on a team with her, Jade. I think the only thing you use Sparkle with is probably, like, Yun Li. Maybe. Other than that, though, you'd maybe use her with Fei Zhao as well. You could use her there, maybe. So overall, I don't think she has as much value as Pure Fiction. I don't think she should be tier 0.5. I think she should be on the same level of support that Ting Yun provides to a Yun lead team. So I think that she's sitting fine at tier 1. I don't think I think there is a gap between what Zhao Cho, Robin, and Ruan Mei can do to what Sparkle can do, especially with Mr. Sunday being added to the game. I think he's gonna demolish that as well. We'll talk about Sunday at the end of the video. Pure Fiction out of the way, I kind of want to go ahead and talk about the placements for Apocalyptic Shadow really quick. We're gonna briefly go over what I talked about in the video I recorded yesterday for this, and the main gripes that I have with that Apocalyptic Shadows here. Let's go ahead and start off here with the DPS first. Yo, Acheron, absolutely not. Move her ass down here. No shot, bro. Acheron is not. She ain't hitting, brother. I don't know what to tell you, bro. E0, S0 Acheron is not hitting for this Apocalyptic Shadow. I absolutely got washed with my E0, S0 Acheron. I made sure to use her off of Light Cone. I have some decent relics on her. She did not hit as much as the other units, right? Like, Yun Li can work because she gets hit a lot. I think that's fine. There's a lot of enemies. She works off of being hit. She can work as a pseudo-sustained character on your team, and I think she works there. Dr. Ratio works on both side 1 and side 2 of Pure Fiction. Acheron kind of works on one side of Pure Fiction, but outside of that, not really. I found her having the same value for me as what Himeko did. I cleared with Himeko on this current Pure Fiction using a break team, a break Miko team. So I really do disagree with the notion that she is like that much better than Himeko for this Pure Fiction. I think Himeko is good with the sauce, by the way. Just because she's a standard character doesn't mean she's bad. I think Himeko is super, super good. Let me go ahead and put my line of contingency down here as well, guys. Like I said, this is the same way for the Pure Fiction tier list as well. Anyone below this line, or like tier 1.5, could be debated to be moved up. Anything below that, though, is kind of washed and you shouldn't really use in Pure Fiction. So we'll continue to go with that notion there. But yeah, I think that she's on the same level as Himeko is. I think Himeko absolutely snaps off. Because if we take a look here at my Pure Fiction, I mean, this is stage 3, by the way. Stage 3, my Acheron team got 3,300 points, and the stage 4, my Break Miko team got 3,400 points. Now, this is not the best team you can use for Acheron by far, right? I'm not using the best Acheron team in any way, shape, or form against the enemy that we're facing against there, right? But the main gripe that I have with it is you really need Zhao Cho to make this team pop off. Like, you need Zhao Cho to make her pop off for that side, I think. So without having Zhao Cho in your account, I think it's kind of washed. And yes, I get that we're using the best teams here, right? But overall usability, she doesn't have that much usability. I think that her usability is just about the same as what Himeko is. So for that, I'd be moving her down to the Himeko team. Let's go ahead and talk about this specialist here. The only gripe that I have with this is I think that she should be moved up here. Everything else I pretty much agree with. I think that she provides a lot of support. She absolutely cleared this shit for me. I think she's on the same level as all the break characters that we have in the game right now. She's absolutely snapping off. She's good for just about every single game mode. I know everyone wants to shit on her and say, oh, she's not good, she's not good. Rappa's goated. Don't fuck with me. That's the GOAT right there, Godpa even, if you will. So I think that she should be moved up to tier 0 because I do think she is popping off the same amount as Firefly and Boot Hill are. Now I want to get over to my main point of contingency here, guys. Oh my god, the support tier. Oh, guys, I have a lot of problems with the support tier, guys. What in the fuck is this bitch doing up here? God, fucking Bronya, bro. This is what I'm talking about, bro. They are just some Bronya glazers. I swear to God, they are some Move her ass down here, bro. Actually, you know what? Move her ass down here, man. Put her on the line of content. Brother, you are out of your mind, bro. And the reason they gave for her being up here is absolutely abysmal as well. Let's look at this changelog here, guys. I mean, like, the reason they gave for her being up here is on some demon mode shit, bro. They are really, bro, look at this shit. Bronya fall from the meta and her resurgence deserves to be studied. Abs, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Probably went out. Y'all aren't cooking with this one, bro. Move her ass down, bro. She is not that good. Get her ass down here, bro. Get her ass. Honestly, move Zhao Cho up. Move Zhao Cho up to this tier 0.5, bro. He's cooking this Apoc Shadow. Move him up. There is no way that she is better than Sparkle. I'm just gonna say that right now. There is no way that she's better with Sparkle. The only team that she's better on, really? Like, what team is she? I don't even know what team she's better on, really. There's no way. Like, Sparkle's the direct up. No way. No way. You're either on the same tier as Sparkle or below Sparkle. There's absolutely no way you're telling me. Like, 50% action advance, actually copium. But the amount of SP this motherfucker runs through, bro, she runs through SP faster than a high school fuckboy runs through girls, okay? Like, No, get that shit down. Get that shit out of here, bro. Move her ass down to the shadow realm. Fuck Bronya. She stinks, and she deserves to. You know what deserves to be studied? Why fucking Prydwen glazes this bitch so much. Anyways, guys, let's move on to the other changes. Okay, Robin being up here, I agree with that. She's good with the sauce. I think she is going to be the best in the game. I think she is the best in the game right now, as far as support goes. Now, Ruan Mei deserves to be up here. I think that's fine. I think that. Honestly, Harmony MC, I think Harmony MC would probably be down here. I don't know if I'd put Harmony MC up in tier 0, right? Like, they are absolutely needed for the team, sure. But I think in terms of versatility, you can use Ruan Man a lot more teams than you can use Harmony MC on. And for that reason, I'm probably moving him down to tier 0.5. And that's just my thought on it in terms of versatility. You can really only run in super bright teams with him. So, I mean, for that, I'd be moving him down to that tier. Now, let's move over to this tier really quick. The only gripe I have with this is I think that Hua Hua should move it up. There's no way that she's on the same level as Fu Xuan, bro. Get Fu Xuan down here, bro. Keep her down here. Put that little bitch in the back, okay? Moving Hua Hua up, I think that's fine. But these are the main changes here. Now, I want to talk about where the changes for Sunday and for Miss FUGUE are going to be. I think both FUGUE and Sunday are both going to be amplifiers. I think that she's going to be like kind of like a Zhao Cho situation, right, where she is inhility, right, but she does amplify the team a lot more with what she's able to provide. I think Sunday 100% is up here. I think Sunday is our tier 0 unit. I actually think that he is going to be the best support unit in the game, 100% hands down. He just does so much for your team. Just think of combining Bronya and Ting Yun together. That's what we're getting, right? Take these two units here, dark shit number 1, pretty good number 2 here, taking all of her flaws away, basically, and then taking her flaw away of, like, her skill, not doing too much, combine the ult with her skill, match made in fucking heaven, okay, guys? So, I think that he deserves to be up here. I think he is the best amplifier in the game. I think he does beat out Robin. I think that is the best way that I can put it. Now, for FUGUE, Master Uwe, you guys are going to hate me. You guys are going to shit talk me for this. I think she's tier 0.5. Now, wait, before you go off with me in the comment section down below, why I think Miss FUGUE, whatever you want to name her, right? Why I think that she is going to be in this tier here, guys, is because of the fact that she helps the super bright meta, but that's it. Sunday helps the follow-up meta, but even more. Like, he is boosting that meta up, but then he's also going to the other metas as well, right? Like, he is helping really any crit-based team out so much, and that's why I think that he deserves to be up here, because of his pure versatility. That's why we see Harmony MC down here in this tier, right? And honestly, I think after FUGUE gets released, I think we move Harmony MC down to this tier as well. I think that they'll be in this tier 1 right here. Like, they're still really good, right? But I think FUGUE is going to outpace what they're able to do, especially if they add a new mechanic into the game. I wonder what I'm talking about. I do think that FUGUE is going to be on the same par as what Zhao Cho is able to do for Acheron-based teams. She works for super bright teams. She can work for Acheron-based teams. I think that's where her niche is, and I think that's where she deserves to stay. Like, just because that I'm placing her at tier 0.5 doesn't mean she's bad, right? I think a lot of people misconstrue, like, if you don't have them at tier 0, they're absolute ass. That's not the case. I think hers being at tier 0.5 is absolutely fine, because I think she's going to be here for a while. I think whenever we get more break characters added to the game, she might move up even, right? But for now, I think that she stays tier 0.5, and I think she's going to be in tier 0.5 for a while. I don't think she is like the meta breaker like Sunday's going to be. I still think she's going to break the meta and help the 3.0 meta when it comes out, but overall, I do think Sunday is overall going to be better for your account than FUGUE is going to be. I think he'll be able to do more for your teams than what she's able to do. So for that, I think he goes a little bit above her with tier 0, her being tier 0.5. And then I think Harmony MC is going to move down just because that she kind of does what he does, but better, and then new mechanics on top of that. So that's my whole placement with that, guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about my tier list here? Let me know in the comment section down below. That's going to do it for today's video. Was it cope? Was it not cope? Let me know. I don't know, guys. See you guys later. Bye. See you later. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, or I'll suck your